see that?
That's where it was heading to.
Hey, I hear hot mics.
Yeah.
Sports radio. Here we go.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I
When you
don't
make
think
your
we
turn,
have cameras.
and when you're coming down, the longer you can keep your wrist locked like this
Right.
and closer to the ball to release,
Yep.
that's lag.
Gotcha.
And that's probably why they call it fly fishing. If you think about it, it's just a different lag motion. See?
Right.
Hey.
Right. Well, we cast past the hole here on the internet web so that there's a little bit of lag, and then it comes back to you. So you can't really, well, even though we're live, we should be live now. And I heard you go gedink gedink.
We are. And let's see if we get anything. And we're still not there.
And we're still not there.
Damn it, Gina.
I don't get it.
Where's all the Gorilla Gas fans? Speak up.
There you go.
Well, we've got a show again. Take 4.
Uncle Grumpy's out.
Yeah, whoops.
Oh, shit.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we got two
All
high
right.
tonight.
No, never. Come on. Man.
It's a little bit of
Right
a
answer.
frog.
You thought I was knocking the
Well,
water over,
Uncle
didn't you?
Grumpy, it was nice. We'll try it again, you
Will
know.
we? Well,
no-
we're doing radio.
we're doing
I've
some
always wanted to do
radio,
radio. So
You know, we'll just, we got a little bit of radio action going on, so. It's Sunday night here live on the Grinder. We've got Curtis Mays here with Gorilla Gas.
Ooh.
Uncle Grumpy's here again, still with us, hanging tough, trying to make it happen. We're still trying to make it happen. We're getting closer. I feel it in my bones.
He was giving us a countdown. 3, 2. I thought we were there.
Yeah.
he was giving you the finger.
I know I'm number one. I mean, phew. The guys I play golf with, I was getting that all day.
Well, I know who to bet on, at least to get a little extra spending cash if I'm going to go to the golf course.
Yep.
Sounds like you're pretty good at it.
Not bad.
Not
You got to
bad.
know when to play good and not play good. That's the art of hustling.
Okay.
I'm a hustler. I thought you knew. Little Snoop Dogg reference.
So, Uncle Grumpy, what else would you like to talk about before we get on with Curtis, and then that way you can
I'll
scoot on
mention
out if you
I'll
like.
mention one last thing you might get a kick out of. I've
Okay.
been in contact with Representative Scott Fettgetter about a bill he wants to put together for next year, a DUI bill to address the cannabis issue, so that we have a real way of determining impairment. That could be a big deal. And myself and my band of do-gooders are going to help him come up with the language.
That's good. At least people in our circle get to participate.
Yeah, and I've also been in contact with somebody who is running a test shortly, or doing it this summer, one of those DUI tracks where they serve you drinks and have you drive the track, serve you more drinks, until you run over cones. Only it's going to be cannabis.
Those goggles, you see those
So,
ones I had on Facebook?
I
with those
saw
goggles.
that. I can assure you I'm not going to participate in anything like that.
I was like, what the? That's
No,
stupid.
it's either we're going to be
All the way
consuming
legit, yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
I'm not going
To
to.
just
We're not going
see.
to determine how they think it affects me, and inflict that on me. If I'm going to participate, it's
Yeah.
going to be real, and what they're going to see is that for people like myself, there is no impairment. It just doesn't happen.
You may just drive a little slower.
You
drive about the same.
But the thing
Go ahead
is,
if you did.
there is no impairment.
Mhm.
I only consume cannabis
Have to
when I'm
make-
awake.
Yeah.
So there's no impairments.
There you
You
have it.
understand?
You never waited for a stop sign to
Oh,
change?
oh, 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 whoa.
Hey,
Okay,
we are live.
we are
Look
getting
at
it
that.
in.
We even have video. What a deal.
We are finally made it.
There you go. We'll stick to that routine from now.
We're gonna stick
till
with this
the
for
end
now.
of time there, so
So it's just
I'm so
us.
excited.
All they can see is us.
well, no, they can.
He's gonna flip
We're
back
gonna
and
go
forth.
back and forth.
No,
so
you're gonna-
depends on-
I'm used to that.
There you go.
They used to have to have more widescreen and pictures and stuff, so I'm used to it.
Well, here, I'll scoot over here by Carrie so I can be in both cameras.
Well, good. We're excited. We made it, guys. Hi, everybody.
There we go. We're on the grinder on the 5/19/19. What a motherfucker.
We made it.
just,
Yoo-hoo.
Gorilla Gas got a hold of Larry.
It did. That's funny.
Got him.
Got him.
Yo, and then even like I put the thing up because I think I got the solution, and so I'm broadcasting me typing to the groups, help, help, help.
911, we need help. How do we
You got me
get
over.
live?
Is that a golf score?
This isn't our first rodeo, guys. Y'all know we have credibility, although we're having some issues, but it's all good. We're
It's
back.
just a Sunday thing, though, right?
It's a
Just when I
Sunday,
show
you
up.
know. We're trying our best to get down through here. So yeah, so we're live and everybody can see us. So that's awesome.
You know what it is I do a show earlier than you.
You're like, yeah, we're not gonna have
I'm competing in the numbers, so when I come in here, I'm wearing a jammer.
Yeah.
So that's a jammer.
You're jamming. You're like,
Sabotage, yeah, gremlins. But really, no, that's not the way I always feel about space, though, because like it's such a battle to get. We're against so many people on the outside that when there's infighting, it's like, and I've been in the other markets, and we've been there for years and all that stuff. There's no organization. There's no lobbyists. Everybody's not getting involved with people to make the head of the arrow sharper to get through. It's all everybody, oh, well, I can do it. It's like nobody's following the leader. So I applaud Oklahoma for getting as far as they have with getting along with everybody. But who knows what the future holds.
You see, he's already raised his chair up.
He likes to be up there.
He's got to sit just above everybody.
If I got the if I'm down, the rolls just get too much, and then my crackers that I eat when we're not on camera get stuck in there. I got cracker crumbs in mine. So
That's for later.
Sorry, I had to get you on that.
yeah, no, that's
He
the.
does like to be taller.
Well, actually, the with my leg, if I go below 45 degrees, you drive a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you keep your knees above your hips or below your hips, or do you switch?
Time out.
I hadn't really thought about it. I'll be
You're
back
asking
in 5 minutes.
Call a
too
friend.
many questions.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Because I used to drive a lot. Like muling all over the place, and so you end up doing, 40, 50,000 miles, and you get these sciatic pains. But what it is when you step on the gas, there's a nerve that opens up a muscle, and it goes right through the back of your ass across the sciatica nerve, and then it swells up, and then you get these shooters, and you're trying to be cool going past the cops and go and shit like that. Because it makes you shake, so you go above and below, and so when I'm driving here, I got to keep my knee above because I got this issue with my knee here.
I've just hit 30,000 miles on this car that I'm driving right now that I bought in November. And the car's got over 200,000 miles right now, but I put 30,000 on it since November, so I drive quite a bit.
And and do you use any oil? How is that car?
It uses some oil. It uses it right now. It needs an oil change.
There you go. That's the.
Well, I think we covered some things, but I think that there's some important information we probably should talk about again because there's some really good stuff we talked about for those that weren't watching earlier. What do you think?
Absolutely. What
I think we should talk about a lot of these.
Well, the number one thing is that the new thing is that 2612, right? We were talking about.
No, that was, we were talking about 2613. 2613 is a bill that gives the Doctors Board of Licensure and the OMA, gives them the legal ability to set guidelines for why and how a doctor writes a medical marijuana recommendation. So, worst case scenario, they can actually set pre-existing conditions. And so this is and the problem here is we didn't know anything about this. I've done my best to try and stay on top of everything, and still didn't know anything about this. I actually got a message from another lobbyist, an actual paid lobbyist, the other day that said, "Why didn't you guys do anything to stop this?" I said, "I didn't see it. I didn't know. Why did you tell me about it sooner if you knew?"
That's what I'm
He knew. Yeah.
That's
He knew.
politics.
Yeah, but so you know, it can be the elephant's nose under the trunk. What we've got to do is find a way
Under
to
the tent.
under the tent. I said that same thing the other day. I said that same thing the other day. So something about that
That's
phrase,
right.
I can't get that phrase right, but
Yeah.
so you know, it's just not a good thing. They're going to start. Because there's also a bill that allows them to implement punishment if the doctors do not follow this. So we're all happy about Bill 162, which made all the doctors be able to write recommendations that are in good standings with with their state of Oklahoma. But what this does is allows them to say, okay, doctors, you must now follow these rules, and then if they don't, they won't be in good standings anymore. And those rules can be anything because they're being decided by people who know nothing about this.
That's crazy.
Right.
People who didn't want this, people who were against 788 to begin with. And, you know, that with the safety sensitive jobs issue, that was the Chamber of Commerce, people who didn't want this to begin with. Too many of these areas we've given up already. We've surrendered to those that didn't want 788 to begin with. So, as I said earlier, me and my little band of do-gooders intend to spend this summer working with some of the lawmakers we know to write bills to help correct some of these problems, see what we can fix. I can tell you that in talking to one of our representatives, he was outraged that this bill went through. So we're going to get support and try to do something about it. But it's going to be next year. So we're going to spend the summer working on that. And then you asked earlier about if there's any rumors of recreational. I'll recap on that. The plan is to write a full access petition while we're working on that this summer, while we're working with the legislators to come up with better legislation for them to submit in December which is when they start submitting their bills. And that way they can be first run in February when the new session starts. At that same time, we roll out a full access petition. What happens then is every time we get signatures on a petition, that's one less argument at the Capitol over one of the rules we're trying to fix with 788. And for every argument we get into with the Capitol about 788, every tax issue we can't fix, and when they still want us to pay 12% and call us lucky on our medicine, every time that happens and they want to argue about that, we get another sheet full of signatures. So what happens is a year from now, maybe we're sitting here with a full access petition to get ready to go on the ballot, and all these people that fought against us up for election. Or maybe we're sitting here with a better 788 as it was intended, with the lower taxes and without fear of our private information getting out, like is in some of the bills, and in fear of pre-existing conditions. I mean, it's just,
Right.
this is chess and this is the strategy. So this is what we plan to do this summer. I hope everybody will get on board with that.
And so they just need to keep following you, pretty much.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it. Just follow the OCNN. Come to our event. The event we're all putting on together. Let's mention that again real quick, because then I'm going to get out of here and leave you guys to this gentleman here. It's getting pretty late, and I got to be at the Capitol in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to. I'm going to try and get down to Marlow, where they're going to be doing. I think it's Marlow. I've got it's on my phone. I'll get the name later. Where they're using drug dogs to do searches of entire apartment complexes looking for cannabis. This is because they're in federally assisted housing. They're using the clause in the lease that they can't use any federally legal drugs. For the state district attorney over these counties to use state law enforcement, in this case sheriff's departments, so it'd be deputy sheriffs, to use state drug dogs to search people's houses for cannabis in a state where it's legal.
And I'm sure most all of them should
Perplexed.
be medical holders.
Well, let's
hopefully.
hope. Let's hope. But either way, even if they're not, the worst it should be is a ticket.
Right.
Nowhere on the ticket does it say, by the way, we're going to bring drug dogs in your house. Hope you don't have anything else going on.
Right.
Because what are they going to find while they're doing this search for whatever it is they claim to be looking for? They're going to find everything they want to find. They're going to determine it as they go along. What are they looking for? Well, I don't know what's in front of us. We'll see. We'll know it when we see it. So anyway,
Well, good luck with all that. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That's the,
come to the event. Let's talk about the event.
Yeah. So we're actually working on it together, and it's at the. Can we pull it up again? It's going to be out at Lost Lakes, and it's June 28th and 29th, which is a Friday and Saturday. So it's a two-day, two-night event. You can actually camp out. Primitive camping is available, and there's all kinds of activities. There's 3 different lakes. There's
Now this primitive camping. Now,
Not exactly.
are we going to have anywhere for RVs to park?
Sponsors and vendors could potentially have that available. For what we
VIPs.
were
Okay,
told. The
all right,
VIP.
okay. Well, I don't know. I'm probably not a VIP, but I
Your
don't.
name's on the flyer.
Well,
sir.
yeah, I don't know that makes me a VIP, but I don't know that I could. Primitive camping.
I don't know that I could primitive camp, but you don't have to primitive camp. You can leave and come back the next day.
We're 10 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, you're 10 minutes away.
So,
Whoop-de-doo. You know.
There's always.
Well, I want to stay. I want to stay with everybody the whole time.
So
I'll be
for
there
the
whole time.
the vendors and the sponsors that are participating, there's supposed to be some things that are going on after hours for us to do some bonding.
That will be great. That
Yeah.
should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I've this last week I've reached out to a few different people throughout the movement. Everybody that knows the Oklahoma cannabis movement knows there's been infighting throughout the years for different reasons, and I don't know much about that because I've been doing this now coming on 2 years, and most of the infighting started way before I got here. But we're trying to I've been reaching out to a lot of those people and trying to unite them again. I'm trying to bring everybody together. I've got the floor leader, John Eccles, has agreed to do, along with myself and Mark Woodward, the OBNDD, will be doing dunk tanks for charity.
That sounds like a blast.
Scott Fettgetter apparently sings a pretty mean AC/DC. His band is going to be there. That should be a blast. We'll have a discussion panel of lawmakers and law enforcement, which would be the OBNDD. And we're going to talk about, where we've come so far and how fast we've come. We're not going to line them up and shoot them, okay? The session will be over. We're going to celebrate the passage of 7088, and we're going to do it with those people. We're all going to realize we're all people. So this summer our work will be much easier.
Exactly.
We're going to treat these people in a way that makes them our friend, not our enemy, and everybody's going to get a chance to meet with them. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and don't forget the large patient drive, the recommendation drive that we're going to be doing there too. So if anybody hasn't had an opportunity to go get their medical cards yet or the recommendation, if you can go up to Eventbrite, there's a pre-registration for the patient recommendation. And it's got information there that's going to help us be able to get everything done through text message, email, everything pre-registered so that when you get there, all you have to do is see the doctor and then go enjoy your day. We've got
And you're doing kids too, right?
kids too,
Great.
all ages. This is an event that's for the children and the adults. So we've got several
solar power coming out.
solar power. We got both
Recycling.
doctors too, though. So
Doctors.
that was one of the things for the children.
Pediatricians.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got both
whole nine
doctors
yards.
available, so you can get your first and your second recommendation there too. And then you can see Larry over here in a Speedo as he's zip lining. He'll be having a blast. It's going to be a great. It'll be a great sight to see.
We've got to have like some time restrictions on that where you can like only do it before 6 a.m. or after midnight. All right, folks, I'm going to have to get out of here.
Always grumpy.
I
Come
stained
on,
a vision in your head from now to the way
Yeah,
home.
you did, yeah. I'm going to shut this one off.
Rocket.
Thank
Well,
you
thanks for
having
coming
me
on. We'll try to
the-
get next week and see if we can't get it the first time.
Thank you for having me on the
There you
grinder.
go.
I'm going to
Awesome.
unplug my. Would you unplug?
There you go.
these?
We're gonna stop and then we're gonna restart for another session with
Okay, folks,
First.
stay grumpy.
There
See
you
you on
go.
the road. All right, guys. I gotta get.
You got the whole. Is that you?
No, that's not me.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
I was like, I think something's missing.
There you go. Yeah, nice.